Awesome. Hi.
You and Jenna.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, I usually have my shirt on, but because we're going in the store,
That's
don't
all
want to
right.
impede on their own training business there.
What? Unimpressed? It's an interesting rock, apparently.
It's probably got a lot of sense on it.
Yeah. Alright, let's just go.
I think the bathroom here is in either that back corner or that back corner. I always get the stores mixed up because I go to a bunch of different ones. So I'm pretty sure it's back there.
Thanks.
So pretty much the goal is to just kind of go over everything as much as possible with what you kind of need help with.
Okay.
Like if pulling, for example, or
Yeah.
not listening to recall, things like that.
Yeah.
Like, let's see if we'll actually. Shadow. Down. Down.
Okay, good.
Like he totally
It looked like
knows.
he was going to for
Yeah,
a second
he does
there.
totally know. It's just he'll decide.
There you
Good
go.
boy.
Okay.
Good boy.
She just gets distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, or decides something else is like a better idea.
Okay. Okay. So let's try walking down an empty aisle, and then as he's kind of interested in something, just having you kind of stop and say his name, and we'll just kind of see what the name recognition is like. And then try not to pull on the leash or anything too while you're doing it. So hopefully it'll be nice and loose because we want to see if that's anything he responds to.
Shadow.
Very good. Okay. Okay. Good. So he kind of does that momentary thing when he checks in and then checks right back out.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna have to work on holding focus, which is understandable through all this stuff here. Would you say he's more or less distracted than he usually is?
It's pretty average.
Okay.
If there were another animal,
Oh,
he would be much more than this.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because he wants to be with them.
Okay. We can test that out when we drop him off at the place. Just I'll bring out Bruce.
Yeah. It seems. I mean, he's a little bit calmer now than usual.
Yeah, being in the car probably chilled him out in some ways.
Gotcha. Long road trip.
Right. Normally in the car, like he stays alert, but because we were in there so long, like he was asleep when we got here.
Gotcha.
Shadow.
Good boy.
Boy.
So let's go ahead and see how much of attached he is to you and how much of a flight risk he is. I'll go ahead and take the leash. Yeah, he might be too distracted, but go ahead, just start walking away. We'll just see what he does. Okay, he's coming back to you. Okay.
Were you so confused?
So, yeah, once he got off of the distractions and noticed that you guys were away and saw who he was with, that uncertainty kind of kicked in, and he went back to, something he's comfortable with. Okay. So you definitely have to take a little bit of time to kind of get him adjusted and bonded before we start training, because right now he seems very like hesitant or shy or afraid, and so it'd be hard to kind of get that progress or focus in. I'm going to try to just make it as positive as possible for him, so that way he kind of warms up quickly and give him a chance to kind of get adjusted to his new environment. Just wanted to see how bad the separation anxiety would be, if any. Sometimes as soon as the parents walk away, the dogs will start like barking and crying and pulling towards them.
Yeah.
So we'll
So
try. What?
At home, he will do that.
Okay.
When he knows we're leaving.
All right, we'll try one more time.
Let's go that way.
Yep, and just go slow. Just keep an eye on him. Good boy. You're okay. Good boy. It's okay. It's okay. Say, who's that? Who's that? Alright. Let's see how he responds to the kids. Since he's trying to pull to get to mom and dad, go ahead and ask him to sit. Okay? That's alright.
Sit.
Almost. Okay. Right? So that kind of coincides with that initial behavior issue that you had when you tried to get him down.
Yeah.
Because he is so focused and fixated on what he wants to do or what he gets to, even though he gets the command and it registers, decides to not listen because it's not what he quite wants or is focused on at the moment. So something that we can do to help him with that is to make that the reward. So having him sit and wait and then releasing him to mom and dad, as opposed to just giving him the treat or the pets and praise. That way you can work what he actually is motivated for in your favor. So what we'll do is we'll just have either mom or dad move away at a time, and whoever stays tries to get his attention and asks him to sit, and then as soon as he does, mom or dad can call him to him.
Right, does that go where you can see me?
Yeah, you could just do it right here. It doesn't have to be very far. Okay, so he's following dad. So let's have once he can.
Yeah,
Yep,
just
and you don't have to go too far.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Sit.
Good. Now you can go ahead and release him to go see dad.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
So look, he's like, wait.
There you go. Yeah. He's still getting distracted because there's so many things here and the camera and other people, but that's going to be the general idea, I think, when we're working with him. Just trying to get his focus first, and then get him to execute a task, and then get him to release that focus from the task. Because right now, especially the way that he is, he's just kind of touch and go.
Right.
So that's why it's hard to kind of give him those commands. That and just some socializing to get him used to working in all the distractions. Probably help. So let's have one person stay here and the rest of the family move like maybe 10 feet.
I turn one.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now there you go. So go ahead and ask him to wait for you. Wait. Good. Now go ahead and call him to you. There you go. Good. That's fine. So we're gonna have to try to kind of develop that momentary focus into stringing it along into doing one or two things and then letting him check out, or at least sitting and waiting for a minute and then releasing him. So kind of getting him used to focusing until it's time not to focus anymore. Was there anything else that you wanted to show me? I know the jumping might be harder because he's kind of tired now too.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and the jumping is all, it's just like stereotypical. Somebody
comes
you
in.
come home, somebody else comes in, and he jumps up. And honestly, I don't think that's as big of a problem as he does.
Okay.
It's usually like when there's excitement. Everybody, you know, somebody who's coming to the house, everybody's excited. He'll
He'll jump, but he is big, so it's a big jump.
Mhm.
Like,
So that impulsive pulling, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But in our day-to-day life, it's much, in my opinion, it's a much bigger problem him running out. Like if he just sees the door partway open, he takes off for it.
Okay.
Or in the stealing of everything on the counters. That makes me
There you go. Hey, more for a second.
yeah, he does like squeaky things usually.
He's fixated on more so that toy right now, so that's fine. That's,
Shadow, you're gonna.
that's fine. Here, we'll,
pay for the vine that's
we'll add it to the collection here. What's that? Sit. Good sit. There you go. Good. All right.
Good boy.
And squirrels, rabbits on walks.
Okay.
Yeah, he eats those.
He's fascinated. He's
Okay.
fascinated
So we'll
by
try to
glitter.
definitely work on critters.
Funny part is he hates squirrels, but he's just fascinated with rabbits.
Okay.
With
Hopefully
deer,
we
he
can.
just stands still and stares at them.
Hopefully we can run into some rabbits. Does he have any allergies? Is it chicken?
So we don't know of any, but we know Bernedoodles are prone to chicken allergies, so we just don't do it. But he's eaten
He's had
chicken
chicken
without
before.
permission.
Oh, okay.
He's been okay, so.
Gotcha. Hi. Good boy. Good.
He's really smart. He's just a real stubborn dog too.
And that's what I kind of mean about like, his stubbornness or his lack of focus is just the fact that you have to have something to help him motivate and keep him focused to do what he wants. So like that time we didn't even have to ask him to sit because we already had something that he wanted and he knew how to get it. So a lot of times, especially with smarter breeds, it's less about trying to get them to do it or not do it. It's just about finding the proper motivation.
That's true, because the things that he. Speaking of proper motivation, hey kids, hey,
Just
Fiona is up there
please
too.
don't fall. Please don't.
The things that we were able to really like
Give this
teach
to
him.
Mom.
Oh.
So there's the jumping, right?
Yeah. He really can jump high too. It's kind of amazing.
Down. Good down. Good. And with the jumping, it's going to be about more like timing. And you kind of see we're playing around with that excitement. And like getting him really excited and then learning and then teaching him to control that excitement when he's up there. So like sit. Down. Good. Wait. Good. Wait. Good.
Look what he's accomplished in 3 minutes.
Good. There you go.
Good boy. So the things that he learns, like he really takes to them quickly and well.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't ever jump for food. He doesn't ever like run at us for food.
That's good.
He dropped
Because because I don't need it. I guess he was so food motivated when he was little. Oh yeah, we're definitely
Yeah, we're buying it.
that.
It's okay. I was gonna buy it for him anyway, so it's fine.
Hi, buddy. Do you like that turtle?
Just gotta make sure he doesn't choke on the plastic or anything.
and
The only time he really is ever like
this is definitely with
questioning
shadow,
us is
right?
just when he's running around and goes and bowls us over.
Mhm.
In the backyard, when he starts zooming around, he knocked Dad's feet out from under.
Oh
him.
yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Okay.
I'll think he doesn't even really notice
Yeah.
it.
That's not a consistent issue though.
I think because he's just moving and not paying attention.
Yeah, and he likes to run straight for you and then cut at the last second, and sometimes his cut is a little bit too
He
close.
misjudges that.
And
Gotcha.
it's never intentional. Like you can tell he's not.
Okay.
And
Come
he
up to
keeps
Jim
talking
and she
to her.
started crying when she was on the floor, started
Yeah.
licking her,
Oh, you're
licking her or
leave
something
it.
like so.
Leave it. Leave it. Good boy.
Oh wow! That was the longest he's ever stayed up.
Now
Down.
Sit up for a little longer.
Good, down. Down. Good, down. 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 Good, down.
Boy.
So a lot of it is very like preemptive work and timing.
Yeah.
You know, getting him excited and then practicing with him. So he's gonna kind of fail initially, but then it helps you to get that timing down because most of the time when we want him to not jump, we give the command a little too late. You know, we're more so working on him getting down than not jumping in the first place. So being super preemptive like that while we're practicing is what helps. So that's why it might look awkward sometimes when we're practicing and I'm recording it because I'll be giving him commands even though he's not doing anything, but that's kind of the reason why.
Makes sense.
Large blue chopper.
Ooh.
Hey, he'll chew it. He will eat it. Eat it right through there.
So what else do we have?
Yeah.
We had the going after food on the table stuff.
Anywhere, food
Bolting out
anywhere.
the door. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Walking
in a,
on a leash.
Jenna, what are you doing?
That's
And
just-
like the separation stuff, but I don't really know how that works in a board and train situation.
Yeah, it'll be difficult to kind of work
Right.
through.
And honestly,
12 or 3?
with having other dogs there, he may not have any issues because he doesn't have any crate issues when he boards or when he goes to daycare. He does at the groomer.
Yeah. Aw. Oh, let's go towards the dogs. We'll see how he does there.
comfortable, I guess.
It does. Daddy,
Here,
this
Corey,
is
you take him because you're stronger.
Okay. Head towards the park.
Hi.
So usually he pays more attention to people like that when he encounters them.
Gotcha.
Taking the loads and stuff, he goes out of his way to find the people.
Gotcha. You're probably still too distracted on either the initial sound or the sense.
It's funny though, because when people aren't really interested in him, you kind of notice that and just kind of walk away.
That's good at least.
You can. I would definitely start with the bearded dragons and then ask about.
Aw, cute little thing. Aw, let's go this way. Good boy.
Completely uninterested.
Not too noisy.
They're not excited.
They are very hyped up to see him. Good boy. Okay. Okay.
He loves other dogs. If he doesn't feel like they want him to be around, if he doesn't already know them, he's just gonna.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Huh? Okay. So he's pretty much just kind of pulling to whatever his nose is hitting him. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's pretty normal on walks. He kind of does that.
okay. All right. Let me grab a.
If we walk with treats right here, I mean, he'll stay pretty close, usually.
Cool.
If not, yeah, just hold that.
Okay. Okay. Let's we'll pick up a couple treats for him and then we'll head to the neighborhood.
Okay.
We'll kind of do a little real world kind of neighborhood walk there and then we'll get his stuff unloaded. Does he have a favorite or anything? Because I'll usually do, because I do this, I'll usually do these now for him instead.
So we usually do beef. We're not against those. We just don't ever try them. And his
Okay.
food is salmon. His food is salmon, right? Or is it
Okay.
lamb?
Salmon, right?
So
he
he's
might
had
like that.
salmon, beef,
Okay. Let's grab
lamb.
2 of these then.
And he likes sweet potato stuff. He likes, I don't know. He loves plain sweet potato.
Okay.
You seem
And
to kinda
then
get over that.
jerk. I mean, he really likes everything.
That's
honestly.
fine. Well, does he like peanut butter?
Yes.
Alright.
He likes peanut butter.
We got a good variety. That's 4. All right, that'll be good.
We give him his anxiety pills and peanut butter. He loves it.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll pick these up and then we'll meet you guys back outside here. Get him. He's so excited. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. This is Bruce. He's very friendly, but he just gets really
He's like, "Wait a
excited.
minute."
There you go. Good boy. There you go. Good. Good boy. He's like, attention, this is great. I was hoping he'd amp up Shadow a little bit more, but I guess you're right, after he kind of...
I guess Shadow's just really tired.
Okay, that's fine. I'll let him kind of settle in, and then we'll do another kind of evaluation walk around the neighborhood when everybody hopefully will be walking their dog and stuff. So he's usually not this calm is the thing?
He's usually really excited.
Okay.
Like,
Aw.
Yeah, especially dogs being around. Like we have some friends with dogs.
Okay. So usually, if anything will trigger a dog, it'll be this guy barking and running at him.
Shadow's, I don't think they that calm ride. Feel everything.
Yeah, go get him! He's like, I don't know.
They like attack and then
he does hang out with girl dogs.
Okay. I got two older female dogs. They don't. Sometimes Lilo will play, and Fiona. If they don't, well, hopefully his new roommate coming up later will get there. Bruce is like, play, do it. He's like, no. Aw, good try, big guy.
Yeah.
Come here, Bruce. Come.
Don't worry, Bruce. He'll play
Good.
later. I
Sit.
promise.
Good boy.
Hang on to him, Dad. You're not supposed to hold him, honestly. Every time he's gotten away, it's because you hold him.
Like what? Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Let's go over what he's talking about. So what usually happens and what's wrong with it?
Sometimes if I switch, if I hold it like this,
Uh-huh.
you got me out before that way instead of holding it like this.
Yeah, you gotta hold him like that.
Okay.
But the most common way he gets out is just sliding door to door.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he'll just kind of.
He's not
When
you.
he's got a bunch of energy and he sees something that he wants out there and he's really excited.
There you go.
Raw and as fast as when he sees the door open, just take off.
Okay. Good boy. Good pee-pee. Okay.
Generally, Drew can keep up with him and he'll eventually stop smelling me and
yeah, so did you
he'll be able to get off.
Okay.
He's one of those dogs, I guess.
So silly.
How old is Bruce?
Couple years old.
Shadow is 1.5.
He was 15.
He's almost done with puppy.
Aw.
I'm still holding my
So I'll go put Bruce back and I'll grab a longer lead and we'll try a couple things just because I want to assess his flight risk too. Okay. Come on, big guy. I know he's like, no, but everybody's here. Oh my goodness. Come on, big guy. Good boy.
just kept
Okay.
going. And with the fifth one, he was like choking himself.
Yeah.
And this brand was recommended too because it can be tightened in so many different ways. So with him having like really skinny legs, but you know like a big chest, not broad, they said we could get it tighter.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know what's going on here.
What I generally do is teach like just leash pressure so it can work on any device. And then if necessary, like with the current pups for now, if they need additional reinforcement or gear, we'll kind of go through different options to see if that'll help. Sometimes what ends up happening is
He feels like he knows it. I don't think he was in the know with us.
He's chasing.
gets excited and chases.
Yeah. I think he really believes he can just go and come right back whenever he wants.
Now he's gonna get lost.
Probably will, but he doesn't really.
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully not.
I've heard that like dogs who ran away or
Depends.
But this is how we catch him, is that he gets so distracted and stops to smell something and then grabs his collar.
I can see that. He is definitely more distracted by smells consistently, even at the store and here, than anything else. So why don't you guys just keep walking up, keep walking towards the sidewalk, and I kind of want to see. Oh, thank you. And I want to see like if he just keeps following you, or when he gets distracted, how far. And hopefully, when he kind of gets too far again, before the end of the leash, we'll have you just call him back and see what he does. Good. So yeah, you guys just keep going. So he's doing pretty good so far. I've definitely had much worse. All right, so here's a good one, right? Okay. So now go ahead and call him back.
Come on, bud.
Yeah, so that's gonna definitely be your your problem.
Shadow, come on, bud.
There you go. Come on. So go ahead and start trying to move back this way and see if your own movement will kind of attract him back to you more. Yeah. Okay.
But see how he looked around and then decided.
Yeah, not.
That's him.
Hmm.
That's him in a nutshell.
It's interesting because he wants to be near you guys and follow you, but then as soon as he kind of checks out, he'll check out. So we'll try it one more time again. We'll just keep walking this way. All right, now go ahead and turn around with me. And what I'm looking for is for him to notice and turn around with us. Perfect. So there's different parts of his behavior that are good. Here you go. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Now this time when we call him, sorry. So now this time when we call him, start going that way as soon as you get his attention.
Shadow.
Now go. There you go. Good. There you go. Good. Okay. All right. Not too bad. So definitely building a bond with him is going to be important. It'll be easier to kind of mimic what he'll react to and what he won't react to, like with you guys, if he wants to be with me and like isn't scared or unsure still. And then you can kind of see there, if you get his attention and then he notices that you're going the other way, you can actually get him to just follow you. But if you try to call him away from whatever he's interested in, that's when he makes that wrong decision. So that's what we're gonna have to concentrate on. Hi. Guess what? Good boy. Yes. Hi. You're doing so good. Oh, hi. Thank you. Okay. You can go ahead and put his normal leash back on. Unless you guys wanted to show me anything else with the long lead.
Do you want to like, anything else you want to show him? Do like on while he's on the long lead to see,
Oh, the long lead.
like to show what he does.
So, well, and maybe I'm learning already what to do. So usually when we try to get him, we'll like go after him. He thinks it's a game.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
he'll keep running
classic.
away from you.
The best thing that you can kind of do in those scenarios is do like a side flank and try to get his attention and then try to lure him back, kind of like what we did. Whereas if you go directly to him, then it ends up kind of turning into that game. So you want to get his attention and then get him to come with you, as opposed to trying to get to him. Oh. Oh, he's okay.
Backyard. We have a big backyard.
Okay.
Do you want to walk him
Yeah, sometimes I've seen like maybe 2 or 3 rabbits, usually around here and there. One more spot up front, but we'll go to the park and things like that too to try to really work on it. Either way,
I don't know. Matter.
it's up to you.
That's what we'll be with, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's all good. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. See, the problem is he's almost already used to pulling on this one too.
Yeah.
Sometimes what'll happen is if we use these kind of devices and people will use like prong collars the same way, at first they're effective because he's not used to it and or it's uncomfortable and it turns his body. But then as the more that he continues to pull and kind of make progress, the more comfortable he gets with it. And so then it becomes less effective. And same thing with those collars. The more pressure it exerts, at first it's uncomfortable and he's not used to it and he stops. But the more that we kind of not use that for training purposes, but we just use it casual purpose, he gets desensitized to it. So if we do swap with something new, just try to remember it's going to be for training purposes and then maybe go back and forth between a couple different things.
Okay.
But that's part of the reason why I like to try to get them back onto a normal collar whenever possible too.
Yeah, we're definitely not against that. In fact, we actually, until
He's-
last week, had both types, but we only walk him on this one. We would use the other one for other things.
Makes sense.
And then a rabbit shaped name is broken.
Yeah, that'll probably be my main concern and probably why I'd probably keep him on a harness too, is if like that sudden
Yeah.
leap, he gets, you don't want to put all that pressure just on his neck.
Right.
That's where like a harness would be good because it kind of gets that padding and cushion in while you're getting his attention back. But we want to try to avoid that in the first place, and then that way it's not a uncomfortable process while he's trying to learn and train too. Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Too exciting for him.
No deer today. There's actually a deer the other day too, which is cool. It
It's
went
funny, he'll
that
kind
way.
of watch deer and he don't really chase them. I think he understands that's bigger than me. I can't get that.
Oh, he likes the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have deer, squirrels, and bunnies all through our neighborhood all the time, and a lot of dogs. There's a lot of dogs in the neighborhood. It's not. How many dogs feed on that?
Probably not.
And the deer, he stops, he gets very still, he watches them.
Uh-huh.
Every once in a while, but very infrequently, when they're outside of our yard, he'll go up to the fence and bark. But that is usually only after he's watched them for like a good 4 or 5 minutes first, and they haven't left yet.
Okay.
But when we just see them out or as they're going past, he just watches them. The rest, he takes off.
And when we're walking him, I usually walk him close to the grass in our neighborhood.
Okay.
If I move to the middle of the road,
He wants to
walk
pull
down
to
it,
the grass?
sometimes, but then he'll forget and he'll kind of just walk right next to me.
That'll be good. Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. But
It is hot in the morning right
No, I was talking about here.
Yeah, it's gonna get even hotter this week too. We end up doing a lot of like the midday work indoors whenever possible, and then usually a lot more work in the early morning and later evenings, and been working more just like literally at night too. So trying to squeeze in the hours whenever possible. Especially right now, his boarding mate is a Great Pyrenees, so overheats very easily with that coat.
Yeah, I bet. My neighbors from the Great Pyrenees, they got him to keep their chickens safe
Nice.
But they have a little. I don't know what she is. Well, I guess she's probably a fitness of some sort. Who has taken over these chickens.
That's
Like a guarding job.
that's good. At least somebody's guarding them.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. What do you normally do when he starts pulling?
I,
Stay well.
we do different things, which is part of the problem.
Okay.
I usually stop and I say his name and I say leave it, and then when he looks at me, I start walking.
Okay.
But that takes a long time.
Right.
If he doesn't look at me, then I like move so I'm closer to him.
Let's do a quick example of each person, just so I can see if there's any consistencies.
You do your normal.
Okay.
Like how Daddy walks him, and then how and then Trevor walks him.
Okay.
Now he's gonna be great.
Nice. Yeah, he's doing good. Some of it too might just be the fact that he's tired at this
Yeah.
point as well.
He is tired.
Even the worst of walkers, by the end of the day, the evening walk is usually a lot better than the morning walk.
Alright, not good.
He's doing good though. I think a lot of the behavior is just because he hasn't caught anything with his nose. He's still not kind of checking in with the actual handler as much as I'd like.
Right.
So that's why I kind of feel like he's just on cruise control, and there you go.
That's not
Good.
what he does.
Okay. It's okay.
I know what you normally do.
Smells all full and say leave it. I know I should.
Yeah, okay, Trevor, you take it out. You do a lot of walking too.
Okay.
Okay. And then just walk him how you normally walk him.
Okay, so now that there's some pressure on there, counter pressure, still kind of ignoring him. Okay. Does he just start pulling again afterwards, or is he usually pretty good for a while? Gotcha.
Once you get past what? The spot.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
He looks so confused.
Okay. Because it's pretty much what ends up happening normally with most families is they start pulling and we start pulling. And so what I generally try to work with is having them follow with focus as opposed to with force, so that way even like the little ones can
Right.
walk them, because it's not strength based anymore.
Right.
Because we work with elderly, sometimes we work with special needs, sometimes we have even younger kids too.
Right.
So it's gonna, and bigger dogs. So it's gonna be
Right.
really important that we're not just relying on brute strength.
Yes, because we don't let him walk him at all anymore.
Yeah.
Because the last time he was just holding him
Mhm.
outside waiting for me to take him, and he saw a squirrel and he took off and he dragged him across the yard.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Me too.
The
So,
other time he was at the baseball park.
oh, not allowed to be on this yard.
Well, shut up. And Drew was going to take him to dad, and he saw them when he could get first. They
Oh.
dragged Drew across
Gotcha.
the yard trying to get to him.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright, so you want me to-
Okay. Yeah. And we'll go ahead and swap to mom, and we'll see what mom does. So we got a pretty good idea so far, and I think it's all pretty normal. Good.
Leave it. Shadow. Are you all done? Are you all done? And he does in the summer sometimes do this if we walk in the heat of the day.
Makes sense
And
too.
sometimes if there's no shade around, he'll just go down right in the middle of the road.
Aw.
I can't
He's still
take
hot
another
already.
step.
Poor guy.
And if you're like moving away from the house, he'll just start dragging his feet.
Aw.
If you go the other way though, he'll pick up the pace.
We'll start making our way back, so that way he's got some AC and stuff and water. So we'll see if we can do. I'll just watch a little bit on the way back. It's understandable.
He's a winner dog. Oh, buddy. You can make it.
He's not gonna make it.
You can make it.
Good boy. Good boy.
Okay. Oh yes, there's plenty of signage out everywhere. The only time that it kind of annoys me is like when it's on the public parts of the lawn, but it's because there's still. It's like we're trying to find somewhere, so we usually just go here or back there.
He does this with me a lot, but like more information.
Uh-huh.
Just like, where are you gonna go?
Okay, so she's a little bit more verbal, you're a little bit more physical, and Dad's kind of a bit of both.
No, just like
You make it, buddy.
Okay.
He's just going for the shade.
Yeah. So definitely for the first evening, I'll just kind of work with getting him settled in, and then we'll start up early tomorrow morning, and probably just do like another evaluation walk later this evening and or tomorrow morning just to see how it goes, and then we'll start working with him on the basics. The only thing, definitely door control we could easily practice. And then the jumping behavior we might have to work with, like you and the family, on with the timing and everything, because most of the time they'll do it out of excitement, and I can control that pretty easily. So it'll be more so like teaching you guys how to control that, so he gets used to it, doing it back at home and with guests and things like that. Hopefully when we're out socially too, he'll open up a little bit more and we'll get to practice.
yeah, I think he will.
It'll be a lot like kind of like what we have with Bruce going, where he just goes and meets somebody and he's excited until you ask him to sit or calm down, and then he kind of naturally does it, and you just do it over and over again until he just naturally does that. He'll be excited and then he'll sit, and go. Mm-hmm. And that's just a lot of repetition.
Right.
We had a big, it wasn't a Burmese, what was it? Another big dog. It wasn't a Burmese, but it was. Can't think of it right now, but another really big black dog, really sweet guy, but he was a puppy too, and he had that issue with jumping, and so all we had to do was every time we go out socializing, he'd see somebody, and as soon as he saw somebody, I'd redirect him, get him to sit, have the person come to him, and then he can greet them, as opposed to him taking the initiative. Because then he's a lot more controlled and calm already, because he's focused on you as opposed to just what he wants.
And he knows if he does that, he's going to get what he wants,
Mhm.
just for that person to come.
Yep. And you have to kind of work with people when you're doing those kind of social works and just communicating.
Yeah.
I'll be.
I'm running in and going crazy.
Yeah. When that happens, you just kind of. It just happens sometimes, especially with dogs that are very alluring.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will just close the gap right away, and you won't get a chance to kind of get them to get situated. But that's always good practice too. But yeah. We'll definitely do some social work, because I think that'll help with just the impulsiveness.
It's too interesting.
Sometimes when he gets really hot, he doesn't want to give him ice.
Okay.
And then like when it kind of takes the edge off a little, they'll feed him something to drink.
Okay. No problem.
He likes crunching on ice.
Aw, sounds good. I've got one of those water fountain filter things, so I'll just get some crushed ice. We'll add it to it every now and then more.
Yeah, that's what we do when he hears it. We push it and hears it. If he wants ice, it comes running.
Okay. Yeah, as far as right now for the walking behavior, it'll just get him mostly used to feeling pressure and then responding to it. Because right now he feels pressure and he doesn't do that. Yeah, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So it'll be some reconditioning work than anything else. And the recall for sure. Trying to make it into a fun game for him to come back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kind of funny. I've been working like that for a long time. He just now got to where he's starting to understand it now.
Okay.
Just kind of funny about growing up. Yeah, he was, he played that for 3 hours outside. We'll do it about 3 or 4 times, and he's like, loses interest. It's like until they go from the corner.
Gotcha. Yeah, he didn't seem too interested in the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. The last mountain dog that just left really liked frisbees.
Oh,
So
yeah?
sometimes it's just the object too.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have anything else before we go and unload his stuff and let you guys say goodbye?
Yeah, so what do you think about the getting food off the counter surfing stuff?
Oh, that with the leave it we can practice.
Okay.
Because of my situation setup, it's very controlled, so I'm not going to be leaving food on the counter unless it's actually for practice. And sometimes with families with kids, you're going to have to work with them as well, especially at first, because he might be really good with leave it here, and we'll do a bunch of different drills with leave it. But sometimes if it's a really high value item and nobody's there to watch him, then he'd still fail and he'll just go back down that road. So it's going to be kind of making sure you supervise him at first while you're getting him used to those new habits back at home, and also just not leaving food out and about.
Yeah, no, we definitely tried that. I'm looking forward to Don't sneak in there.
Because, like, you have smaller kids, so when they're eating at the table, he can used to be, but he's still not good about it. So then, as many times as we correct him or we say leave it, still winning enough that he keeps on trying.
Yeah.
What about the anxiety?
All he can do what it's worth. The only ones he's really anxious with because he doesn't want us to do them.
Just expanding his inner, getting to being alone and with other people really helps with that. Just general social.
Yeah, with other people. Like, because when we take him to daycare and Morty, he doesn't have us, it's us and him.
Gotcha. Probably more so get bored.
Yeah, he does. Leave him out of it. He really hates being at three.
It's really when he remembers, like at daycare, he loves taking to this one place, but it's like for a day. And then he loves to adopt a lot of food.
Yeah.
He's always excited to go.
He's still so excited to leave. Right, buddy.
I think it's maybe more of the just like no one else is around.
Makes sense.
He won't do anything to not be bored.
Oh.
Leave him alone.
He's in this little confined base with like we don't come up with some stuff.
What I'll do, because I have a webcam, you guys can tune in when I leave him alone,
Oh, yeah,
so we can kind of see what he does. Most of the time, like, there'll be a big difference between, not having a session, not having and then just leaving him there, either by himself or with other dogs, or at the end of a long, opening up the crate, and most of the time they'll just go in and lay down because they're tired and they're worried that it's there. So we'll kind of see if it's the case. Sometimes it is. Like, hard separation anxiety is when it doesn't matter what they've done. And we'll be able to kind of clearly know if that's a problem, but it doesn't seem like it. As far as like the counters, that's a lot to do with just his it coincides with the behavior too. He just smells something and goes. So if you're not there to like physically hold him back, he hasn't developed that self-discipline to do it himself.
Right. And he
So
knows
that we
we
have to
normally
work.
have to. So even if it's over there and nobody's like, he'll jump in and start looking.
For it, yeah. Those are just mission bad beats back at home. So we'll do everything we can to kind of on his own self-development, and we'll see if we have any extra work from there. Because the door control is kind of the thing too. It's just see something, impulse goes for it. That's all.
I
So
know how to like train him to do like the simple commands, but that's the type of stuff that we have to how to do that.
it's convenient because a lot of us with clients and families over micromanaging or handling. Growing up, I never had to kind of do that self-control.
Right.
And so now with training that we're doing, it's a lot more of self-control. Him kind of him recognizing what he should and shouldn't, and action just reward for that. Yeah. That'd be good though. All right, I'll let you guys say goodbye. I want to drive back up to I don't have to carry anything so far. I'll just meet you over there.
Sounds good.
It was meeting you guys,
Yeah.
and then. Good boy. Leave it, Lilo. Oh, that's where you peed earlier. Boy, good wait. Good boy, good wait. Hi. Good girl. Good girl, good wait. Oh, you got some fuzz on your feet, Fiona. Okay, you're good. Boy. Hi, boo boo. Who's that, huh? Good boy. Hi. Easy, big guy. Good girl. You're a good girl. Good girl. Good pee-pee. Good girl. Oh yeah, we gotta be on the beat. Good job. Hi, boo boo. Sit. Good girl. Good kiss. Good girl. I know you're tired, big guy. Come on. Let's see if Fiona has to go potty, and then we'll all hang out inside for a bit. Come on, Fiona. Oh, she's going this way. Boy, good wait. All right, come on this way. Good boy. Fiona, good girl. What is that thing, huh? Come on. Good boy. Good girl. Come on. Good boy. Hi, boo boo. Let's go ahead and do I have beef treats? I do. There we go. Alright, Fiona. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good sit. Fiona, sit. Up here. There you go. Good girl. There you go, big guy. And your mom will see how we recorded that. Oh yeah, he's settling in pretty quickly. Boy. It's okay. He's just a person. Good boy. Good girl, Lilo. Whoa. Good boy. Hi. Good pee-pee. Alright, come on, big guy. This way. Come on, Lilo. Oh my goodness. Look. You're not looking. It's dogs. Oh yeah, there's a pepper. Oh yeah. Dr. Pepper. Lilo, you want a treat? Easy, big guy. Good boy. Oh. There's some pulling. There you go. Come here, Lilo. Good. And oh, hi. Okay, hold on. Sit. Good. Wait. Oh my goodness. Not much for waiting, huh? Okay. Hold on. You can't have the chicken one. Hold on. Okay, wait. Sit. Okay, here you go. Oh, there you go. And there you go. Alright, let's see here. Got the beef one for you. Okay. Alright, one more time. Shadow. You're okay. Shadow. Come. Sit. Good boy. There you go. One beef, one for you. One chicken, one for you. Come on, let's go. Oh my goodness. Oh, so excited. Oh yeah. Oh, here he goes. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Full speed. Okay. Alright. Good boy. Good girl. Alright. Come on, Lilo. Yes, good boy. Oh, hi, down. Hi. Did you want another treat? Is that why you're so... Ah, no, get away! Ooh, sit. Wait. Sit. You have no patience, little one. Lilo, sit. Thank you. Wait. Here you go. And here you go. Good job. Okay. Alright, we're all tangled up now. Oh, God. Okay, we're tangled. Alright, let's go. Good job. Lilo. Lilo. Come. Thank you. Good boy. This way. Hi. Come here. You're so silly. Come here. Hi. Oh, you scared? Are you scared? Oh, here we go. Oh, we're going off. Wait. Good. Good job. Good job. All right. Okay. Oh. Really? There you go. Okay. Alright, look at Mr. Pulley Pull. Good girl, Lilo. Good boy. Okay. Who's that? Huh? Who's that? Who's that? Oh, Lilo going potty. Lilo. Good girl. Sorry, big guy. Shadow, Lilo. Good. Good girl. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Good girl. Where are you going? Good boy. This way. Easy. Yes. Hi. Good girl. Good listen. Easy, big guy. Okay. Hi, boo boo. Good girl. Okay. Good job.